Hi everybody, today we are in Shenandoah National Park and we are visiting Mathews Arm Campground to take a tour of it for possibly future camping. So we thought we would share what we find with you today. We are approaching Mathews Arm Campground and this is the check-in area. Today we are just checking it out because we've not ever been here before and we were going to share it with you. We're going to be taking a right into the campground, and again we are in Shenandoah National Park at Mathews Arm Campground. We've not ever camped here before and we wanted to check it out. And there are some trailheads right off of this campground, and it looks to me like there's some parking over here to the right. So we'll check that out in just a few minutes. Okay, as you can see, all of the sites are pretty heavily wooded, so you do have some shade. And they all have a picnic area or a picnic table and a fire pit. We are going to take a right to go to loops A and B here. We saw one of the sites had a bear box. That's the only one we've seen so far. Okay, so we're going to take loop A and check that out first. Looks like there are some pull-through sites. There's one over here on the right that you can just pull through. Quite a few of these over here on the right that you can pull through. And over to the left is the bathhouse. It looks like maybe bathrooms. I'm not sure if there's showers in there, but there are bathrooms, and I see there's a sink area. Again though, most of these sites are picnic tables and fire pits. And again, we are on loop A, and there is an inner loop and outer loop sites. Again, we are approaching some of these sites that have the bear boxes in them. So that's nice to see, especially here in Shenandoah. There are a lot of bears in Shenandoah. So you want to make sure you keep your food put up. As you can see, there are pull-through sites over here on the right, the outer part of this loop. So again, we are on the A loop. This is site A23, and most of these sites on the A loop outside area, not the inner loop, but the outer part of this loop, are pull-throughs. And some of them have tent pad areas down here in the woods. So you would park over here, and then you have a picnic table, and you have a fire pit up here. And then you walk down into the woods here, and you have a tent pad down in the woods. So a lot of these are set up that way out here. Might want to keep that in mind. With some of these pull-through sites, the tent sites kind of go downhill, down into the woods. Going downhill just a little bit. Another pull-through site right here, right on the edge, and you are in the woods. Very nice. Now this is one of the pull-through sites on the A loop. As you can see, you have a nice picnic table. There is a tent spot up there if you're tent camping. A fire pit. And a nice, great, big bear box. Man, you could put all kind of stuff in there. So these are nice, well-kept sites. And like I said, for the most part, lots of trees, lots of shade. Anyhow, we've pulled off and are parked over in one of these pull-through sites, as you can see.
A.
And we are on Loop A still, but you can see that you can just kind of pull in. Then there's a picnic table and a fire pit over there. And we are going to get out and check out the bathhouse to show that to you. There is trash receptacles here, as you can see. And then there's also a water fountain and a water source for potable water. There is no electric or sewer. I think there's a dump station part of the campground. Anyhow, this is the women's restroom. I'll show this to you. And as you can see, there's a couple of restrooms in here. One is handicapped. And there are 2 sinks. And they are pretty clean. I imagine there's 2 restrooms on the other side as well for the men. Okay, again, we are in the restroom area. This is a service sink for the sites that are over here. As you can see, it's a sink that you can wash things up. And then over here to the right is a place to dump your ashes. Anyhow, we've noticed driving through the campground that there are several areas for your trash. Lots of receptacles scattered throughout the park, as well as restrooms. So anyhow, we are on the A loop again, and this is a whole strip of what I would guess would be, you could use these as tent sites, but I think these are also great for campers, that you can just back them in, and they're all pretty level. Not quite as much shade as some of the others that we saw. Some do have more shade than others, but some are a little bit more in the sun. But you can back your campers in, and there are some that are quite roomy. So if you have a large fifth wheel or RV, there's some of these sites are probably plenty big. But you can see, and most of them are pretty level. You have to do a little bit of leveling, but for the most part, they're all pretty level. Okay, so we took you through Loop A. Now we're going to check out, I think, Loop B and C to see what those sites are like. But I would say pretty much anywhere on this Loop A is pretty cool. Some have a little more shade than others, but they're all pretty good sites. So we're going to go check out Loop B. Like I said before, we just went through Loop A. Now we're going to check out Loop B. And that goes to the left here. You can see it's pretty wooded back in here. B, most of the sites are over here on the inner part of the loop. We have picnic tables and fire pits. I do not see any bear boxes yet. And then they're starting to open up on the right. There's a bathhouse and receptacles for your trash. We're looping back around, and we are going to go visit Loop C in the campground, see what that loop is like. Okay, so we are on Loop C. And again, there's a little bathroom and some trash receptacles. There are bear boxes, picnic tables, and fire pits on this loop. So this site is all paved and has the raised fire pit. It's paved under the picnic table. And it even has the bear box slightly higher. They also have in this particular campground group sites. So as you can see, the group sites are pretty big. They have bear boxes and lots of picnic tables. Again, we are at Mathews Arm Campground, and this is one of the group sites that is reservable. As you can see, they're nice large group sites, lots of places to pitch a tent. I believe there's a tent pad way over there, and then there's lots of picnic tables, fire pit, and a huge bear box. But you do have quite a bit of space in these areas if you wanted to have a large group to camp with. So we are at Mathews Arm Campground, and we're going to pull into the Trailhead Parking Lot over here to the left. Again, some more trash receptacles. Nice, great big parking lot. So this is it's a loop that you go around, and it's a sewage dump station for your trailer or your camper. Right now there's somebody there, so we won't be able to get around them, but it's just a circle that you go around. So this is the sewage dump station for this campground, and it looks like there's a water source over there maybe. We are now exiting Mathews Arm Campground. It's a nice little drive into the campground. Well, we hope that you enjoyed our tour today of Mathews Arm Campground. We thought it was a really nice campground. It's not huge, but there are quite a few sites, and they're all pretty well shaded. It's a really nice little campground. No electric, no water hookups, but there is water available, and there is a sewage dump station for campers and so forth. Mostly tent camping, but there are areas where an RV would fit in nicely. Anyhow, we appreciate you wandering out yonder with us. Hope to see you again.